Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 19. And today's sketch was created by Sheri Stewart, and her IG account is Sheri Loves 2, the number 2, Scrap 22. And this is the cute sketch that she made. And I only have one photo, I don't have two, but I do have frames and flowers. And this adorable photo of my great-granddaughter. And I'll be using 49 and Market Botanical Buzz. And I am going to use both those things. I'm going to use a chipboard title and I think another chipboard, plus four of the puffies. And I have the 6x8, so I will be using that. And then I'll be using ephemera and the awesome laser cuts. And I cut these pieces ahead of time so that I could go ahead and distress them so that I wouldn't have a whole table full of paper droppings. And I did ink everything in, let's see, what was it? Wild honey. And that one paper, I didn't want to waste it. I like it. It is a brown and it's texture looking like maybe um, a burlap or something, but it still is a great piece. So I figured most of it's going to be hid, so I'm going to save what I can. And these pieces, I made them about the right size too, and they were from a scrap. And I'm just going to put one on each side. And I started to put them straight, but I will decide, since the other two are angled, I might as well angle them. I did keep my picture straight though. And so I am just kind of checking them. And I thought about lining them up too, but I figured since they weren't straight, I wasn't going to worry about lining them up. So I moved them around thinking they weren't very straight across. But when you look at it, I was really a lot closer than I planned. And these are, well, there was some brown frames and these two matched. And I wanted them to match, so that's why there's only two. But since there is three in the photo, I will add a puffy sticker that is hexagons also. And I started to put these straight, but everything else is crooked. So I'm going to go ahead and put them crooked. You see that one up there straight? I kind of think I might have liked the straight better, even if everything else was crooked, looking at it now. But, I glued them down pretty good, so I guess they're staying. The sketch has 2 layers of paper, and I thought about just having the 2 that I have there, but I just had to go ahead and add that pattern paper. It's just really cute, and something interesting extra to add to look at. And my title's Hello, My Sunshine. And this is going to go in a book for her mom and her dad. And so I wanted to use it since it does say My Sunshine. And I took crochet thread and ran it through the wild honey ink so that it'd be colored, because it was white to start with. And there might be a little white spot here or there that I missed, but it is mostly the wild honey. And I pulled 2 sizes of those out, the flower box, but I decided to go ahead and use a smaller one since it was the smaller frame there. And and I gotta tell you all, when I got done, usually when I pull pieces out to use on my layout, I get kind of carried away, and there's dozen or more pieces left. I mean, sometimes more. I had two pieces of ephemera left when I got done. I did not keep going. I stopped. And so, yeah, there's plenty left for another layout. I am putting foam tape under the flowers and some of the leaves here. And it was entirely too tall. So I cut it in half and I'm just adding the leaves on each side. And this picture like I said, it's my great granddaughter, and her mommy took it out in the grass, and she just looks adorable. I mean, just as cute as she can be. And it looks like a lot of sunshine, hence the part of the reason me using the sunshine too. It kind of popped out at me when I was going through the chipboard. And oh, I got the last leaf on here. Oh, and there was a little bit of foam tape sticking up from that other, so I tucked it back down so it would not be up there so high. I added, well, it's it's the same color of yellow that is used in the sunshine there, but I inked it, so I think I made it a little bit darker, but it's the same hue, but a different shade to start with. It's really close. It goes really well with it. And it's very, very old. It's super thin. So I had to layer it twice underneath there because one layer was just really flimsy looking. Well, it may not have looked quite as flimsy if I hadn't took those scissors and distressed it, but I started distressing one and had to just take it off and do a double layer, and it distressed a whole lot better the second time around. That chipboard I just put on there is the reason I put the yellow behind it, both of them, because it was kind of dark there. It just didn't look quite stand outish, when I went to put it on there just to see how I liked it laying there. But it says smile, sparkle, stay golden. And so I like the saying pretty good. I just wished it'd been one of the yellow ones, but it wasn't, so I just bordered it in yellow. And this one's kind of tall too. However, I want it to go up a little bit higher. So you will see me I'm gonna put foam adhesive under the flowers and maybe a leaf, I can't remember, or two. But when I go to put it on there, I'll start putting it just a little bit lower, but then I think I want one of the flowers to overlap my hexagons up here. So I will move it, and I was so surprised it didn't leave a lot of glue behind. Well, it didn't leave any. I didn't see any anyway. But yeah, I just moved it. I guess I didn't have so much on there that it left a glob. But I was happier with it overlapping just a tiny bit. And if you notice right there on the top, it's got that wider piece. And I thought, well, I like it peeking out, but I didn't want that much. So I am adding a piece of printed cardstock there and just tucking it in behind. And of course, since nothing else is straight, I am not making it straight either. But I love the sketch. However, I wanted to use this collection. So instead of the white background, I've got this gorgeous background. And this is the one with the awesome wood grain on the back. And so I bought two extra of those so that I could, you know, Colleen gave me this for my birthday. Colleen gave it to me, and I went ahead and ordered two extra of the wood grain because I thought, how am I going to use that paper if I, you know, won't be able to use the wood grain? So I will have wood grain to use, but oh, it's such a pretty wood grain on the back. And see, where am I at? I just kept talking here. And here's my Hello Sunshine and my tag up there with the crochet thread. And there's the Simple Pleasures. And isn't that the cutest little jar of honey you ever seen? And the bee. And my tall flowers sticking up there. And oh, I did when I took the photos. Well, no, not really. It was 2 days later. I took the photos again. I did put a rub on there that says love with that cute little bee in there. I thought, oh, I should have put a flower or something there. And I thought, oh, my goodness, I could put a rub on. So I put a rub on instead. But that's it. That's my layout. Make sure you check out down there below and get in on all the inspiration that the playlist has for you. And all month long again. And if you go to the Facebook group down there below, you'll see 19 rounds of inspiration. But thank y'all so very, very much for joining me today. I really appreciate that. And have fun with the playlist. Bye.